And I'm really glad I don't have somebody to introduce me because I hate to give up any minutes of my time at all. So I don't know if any of you know me from when I used to consult. Does anybody know me from way back when? Yay, someone knows me. I sent an email back in July that said I've risen from the dead. I used to be a consultant. I traveled all over the United States teaching teachers how to use literature in their classrooms and doing what we used to call whole language kinds of things. And I quit, and 10 years ago, 15 years ago, to stay home and be a mom and raise my kids and everything. And then this last summer, I am now a K-1 teacher, and I also teach middle school, 1 period a day, and, which is Greek mythology, so I'm having a really good time. And plus, I'm a director of a small school. But this summer I was teaching at a university, and I found that my teachers that I was working with were being overwhelmed with all the requirements that we have in our society today, and that they were feeling frustrated. And I was talking to teachers that have been teaching a long time, like me. I'm on like year 35, and they were saying, "Come on in, we're friendly." And so many of the teachers that I had worked with in the past were calling, or I would get emails saying, "Phyllis, I'm so discouraged because I feel overwhelmed by everything everybody's wanting me to do, whether it's my PLC or whether it's No Child Left Behind, whether it's all the assessment and testing and all of that." And I was saying, you know, so many people I'm talking to are losing the joy of teaching. They went into teaching because they wanted to make a difference. And now they're frustrated. And I'm watching teachers and reading the statistics of how many people are dropping out. And I said this summer, after teaching at SOU, I have to go back into consulting because people don't have to lose their joy just because of what's happening today. We have a voice. Not only do we have a voice, but we can make a choice in our classroom to do what we need to do as long as our kids are getting the skills that people are trying to assess on. And the other piece that I'm very concerned about is the fact that most of our school districts have a massive amount of assessment, but it doesn't inform practice in any way, shape, or form. And if we aren't informing practice, we are wasting our time. And so that's not what this session's about. So just know that's where SaveTheTeacher.com came from. And no, we did not get the name from Hero. We got the name in 1995. I wrote an article for my newsletter, Make Teaching and Learning a Joy, that said that I believe that teachers are the next endangered species. And this was 13 years ago, folks. And I really firmly have had that reinforced for me every time I read education magazines and every time I meet a teacher who, "Oh, I taught for 3 years and I quit." And an older teacher who says to me, "I can't wait until the day I can retire." I have 35 years in. I could retire at any time, and I will not retire until they have to drag my bones out of that classroom. Because you know what? I believe that I am so much better now than I ever was, because I am a person who sifts and sorts and takes what I need. And when I get to the point that I get up in the morning and I don't want to face those beautiful faces, and I don't want to grab that child and put them on my lap and care about them, and I don't want to talk to that parent and deal with issues in their family, then I'll quit. And I'll go sell real estate. But until then, I will be teaching. So my session today is on oral language, and I thought since you sat the last period, we're going to start with an oral language piece that is a poetic literacy. We're going to talk about 3 kinds of oral language, and one of them is poetic, one of them is transactional, and the other one is, gosh, just went out of my head, interpersonal. And so the first one I want to start with you is put your papers down under your seats and stand up. This is kind of my trademark. When I go into classrooms to demonstrate, I have children all over the United States who say, "Oh, it's Mrs. Goonybird." Mrs. Goonybird is on my CD, and their teachers have played it so much. I don't know which is played, Becky. Oh, there it is. Do I have to push it twice?
You should just be able to. And
Mrs. Goonybird had 7 chicks. Come on, you figure. 7 chicks, 7